Welcome back. Now, love can be magical or it can be devastating, but it is hard to ignore either way. If you look back on your life, was there a moment in time you wish you could get back with your love? Well, a movie playing at the Arizona International Film Festival follows that journey and struggle. Check out this clip.
What are you doing?
I can't seem to get you in focus.
So, do you want a clear picture or do you want to capture the moment? You look like somebody I used to know. You know how you always expect people who look the same to be the same?
This thing, you and me. What is it? I think I love this girl. What am I waiting for?
It's time for you to go, Dean.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I don't know if I want to know everything.
We need to do this trip together.
When would we leave?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Didn't you feel it? When we met, the world shifted just a little bit.
Wow. Okay, I'm covered in goosebumps.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, when they say international, we actually mean it because the filmmakers of Love Is Now are here all the way from Australia for this event. Jim Lounsbury and Sam Eather, they both join us now. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Now, I feel like that clip was just perfect and gave us a really good idea about what the film is. But in your own words, will you tell us a little bit about what your film is about?
Well, Love Is Now, ultimately I wanted to explore the idea of losing someone that you love. And so the lead character, Dean, goes through grief of losing his father and then moves to the city and meets this, amazing woman who's also a photographer. And they decide to take this journey up the Harvest Trail of Australia out into the country. And it's part of a way to kind of process that grief. But when she goes missing, of course, it sends him off the deep end.
Oh, I love it already.
I
That's
know.
so-
You've sucked us in.
Yes, and we know sometimes people say that a movie is set somewhere, but this movie was actually shot in Australia?
Yeah, that's right.
So mainly in Sydney, but then also up the coast and some beautiful regional areas of Australia. So, we follow their road trip as they leave the city and go out into the country.
So then what would you say are some of the benefits from shooting, not just in Australia, but regional areas like that?
Well, we couldn't have made this movie without a lot of regional areas, particularly the city of Newcastle, where I'm from, kind of where Jim's from as well. The support of the people, but also, regional areas where if you need to park your 20 trucks, you can just ask the farmer next door, can we use your paddock? And, it's all fine. Sorry, not paddock, what is it, field?
Yeah, it's a field.
Yeah, I translate.
I had to bring
You're
my
allowed to
translator
call it
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regional areas are really supportive, I think, of the arts, and I think when you can get a regional area behind you, there's nothing that can kind of stop you from getting it done. And films, we often think about films in terms of resources, not just budget, because you're having extra hands to do things, having the locations to shoot, all those things are really important. And so for us, regional area was very important for us, and Arizona Film Festival is a great place to bring a film like Love Is Now because this area also understands regional support and supporting that arts community.
Absolutely. That was a great way to kind of tie that in, that Arizona is very much like that. Now, of course, you have a beautiful backdrop, you have a beautiful scenery, you did it in Australia. You also have an amazing cast. How is it that you guys decided who was going to be in the film?
Well, we're really lucky. I think in Australia we're spoiled for choice. There's some fantastic actors and actresses, many of them gracing big screens and little screens in America and all over the world. But Eamon Farron, who came on board as the lead actor in this film, was kind of key to the whole process for me. I sent it to him. He was the first actor I sent the script to. As soon as he came on board, Claire Vanderboom, was interested in coming on board. She's fantastic. Anna Torv, who some people over here might know from her series Fringe, as well as some great Australian actors and actresses like Dustin Clare from Spartacus. We've got Heather Mitchell, who was in The Great Gatsby, and the list goes on.
Absolutely, a wonderful cast. And not just a great cast and all the things that Tina just said, but the soundtrack is really pretty impressive as well. Who's on the soundtrack?
Most of the soundtrack was done by an Aussie rocker called Cram. So,
yeah, his name is Mark, but in the rock industry they spell it backwards as Cram. I guess
Oh, that's so clever. I love that.
yeah, so he's from the famous Australian band Spiderbait, and he did about 13 original tracks for this film. They're fantastic. The soundtrack is released in Australia on iTunes. It will be available in America later in the year, but it's a really amazing journey that his songs take us on. It kind of parallels the emotional journey of the characters. So it's it's one of those films that kind of rocks along.
And so, of course, we're going to be able to see your film during the festival. Who is it that you invite to come watch this film? Who would be the ideal person?
Oh, look, I think, the title "Love Is Now," suggests the romance, but there is a lot of, this psychological drama in there too, with the person going missing and all the rest of it. So, look, I think it's the kind of movie that we always said that, a girl might drag her boyfriend along to, and he'll end up liking it and crying as well. So it's, I think it's a film for everyone. And, we hope it is entertaining for anyone who comes along.
Well, let's get everybody out to it then. Gentlemen, thank you so much. All the way from Australia, right here on our couch. I love it. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And make sure to watch Love Is Now this Sunday, April 19th at 6 p.m. at the Screening Room. The Arizona International Film Festival itself continues daily through Sunday, April 26th. For more information, you can also log on to filmfestivalarizona.com.